看一首的那是的，话到这种些的你路些正经了木讲的古的好路些好真的蒙天，也那看一首的那是的呢，只还那ตัว老ตัวหัวตัวปั้นเนี่ยจะนั่งทงการตัว种些的你路些好正经ไอ้古ยังจะ哪里จ้าเรา木手机เรา路些好但是呢，电脑呢กูไม่ตัวครัวตัวกงตัว的ของ真的蒙的ไปเขา program 那天，กูจะเนี่ยมุนจีนึงเนี่ย要一ตัวตัวหัว蒙手机หลอนไอเดียอยู่เนาะตัวสวยรู้ได้เจ้าlúc nào nữa tàu tua tuần chỉ biết sự đầu tiên biết cho nó là một thả còn nếu học bóng thì thứ tư thiên chỉ ta linh tới cho nó là một tàu phong yêu rồi biết cho mong community thiên để trong xuyên tàu cho nên lúc xưa tranh tranh ấy cú giờ chỉ là lịch tra tàu nu nọ đến tàu cú sáng là thiên này bỏ bé tu tu mong sủa nó thiênแต่是กูให้แต่tu mong sủa nó vìแต่nữ yêu đó sủa lúc đấy chợ để nó ư yo thả lu mẹ cả nó vìแต่nữ nó yêu đó sủa đấy chợ để nữ bóng lu sủa thiên này họ cần tàu xuyên để nữ bóng lu mẹ cảแต่是mà nữ nè yo mong nó chế nữ thiết lý của họ chỉ tàu cỡ nó mong thế chỉ bảo lù mong này chị John chống nè nữ lúc bé hồi tiệt và này nó Ziyun Zhang nó mà lù số nó mà giờ hai tiệt và này nó hai linh đạo thì chỉ lù mong này chị giờ trả là giờ chèn nè chị có họ này nó cho là một trâu lúa sẽ hở nó ấy có bé và này nó hay luôn mấy cả tận tên nó chị tới rồi của họ là muốn gì mình chỉ là mong rồi next here tại vì mà và này nó cú cho nó là một cộng cho bé rồi nó ấy muốn này lúc này sẽ hở chẳng chẳng là muốn cho thế thầu pi nó một thầu sau so thank you so much for joining me I just wanted to kind of say a little bit of Hmong so that way I can kind of say that we're just going to be speaking English okay
yep.
And so maybe sometimes I might put a little bit of one or two Hmong words into the program but I wanted to invite everybody to stay with us from the beginning all the way to the end because I said that you're a special guest of us here on our program today so can you share your name and in Chinese for us?
All right. Hello everyone. In Chinese style, my name is Ziyun, which is I know it's a kind of different from Hmong pronunciation. So I can be called Ziyun, Zhang, or Saiyun, Zhang, Chang, or Cha.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
you so much. Now, share a little bit about, your, because I was telling everybody that you were born in China.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So share me a little bit about your parents. So that we can kind of come, to you and where were you born?
Okay. Honestly speaking, I was born in Chongqing City, which is in the southwest part of China. And my mother is totally a Hmong. And she was born and raised in our original place, our original Hmong place, since our ancestors have been living there. That's called Guizhou province. And after my mother married to my father to Chongqing City, so I was born and raised in Chongqing City. And after that, I came to realize the cultural awareness of being a Hmong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I should translate that a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Nữ hai tiên nữ nghĩa dọc mong nè để nhớ cho sa sủa tế nữ yêu ý xin nâng cho nữ cho nè nó nâng trả nhớ cho sa sủa tế nè nó nữ nghĩa tao làm mùi yêu your dad is Chinese then right?
Yes, correct.
Yes, nữ nghĩa làm mùi yêu ý tu sủa chị thế lý cho chỉ bạn cho sủa nhớ lợi thì thế lý chỉ bao lục mong chỉ thành đó nữ chỉ bao lục mong vậy nữ mà đi làm một cỡ cho thì ô nữ do ý tu mình nhiều mong thiên nè vậy trở lên khả năng nữ thế lý khe cho dây so hay tiền nữ niệm có một nhớ được họ tư thế nữ niệm yêu lúc rõ tư nữ niệm giờ ý tu on trái mong ya nè hay linh đó này what's your mom's first name?
My mom's first name is Shambi.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Yang.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's her surname. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that how you grew up, and basically you just kind of grew up, with the Chinese, people in China. Okay. Tell us about your experience as being a, half Chinese and half Hmong.
Well, firstly, my experience was like I was totally deemed as a Chinese because after my mother married to my father, we totally grew up and lived under the influence of the majority of China, the Han people. So we were deemed as Chinese, and that's really amazing. We're hard to express what we are, and because under that kind of influence, that's hard to say because you know only if you had that kind of awareness can you deem yourself or can you identify yourself. But if not, if you don't have that kind of awareness, so sometimes, or let's say mostly, you also deem yourself as a total Chinese. Since I came to realize my identification of awareness, so I came to identify myself. That is the experience, because of the area, the people around us. So under that kind of influence, that is the most important part because of that kind of influence.
Did you ever get did people ever know that your mom was Hmong, and then were they they treat you bad or your mom bad if they find out you're Hmong?
Yes, my answer is yes. In the beginning, when my mother married to my father in that part, all people around us are Chinese, right? I can see my mother was often discriminated or was often bullied because my mother is different from them. In the beginning, my mother could not speak Chinese. She only spoke Hmong when she firstly came to that area, and so they just treated my mother as a weird, or because she's different from them. And my mother is a very kind person. She's always ready to help others. And in that kind of area, if you are kind, then they will think that you are very good. You are very, very easy to be bullied. And the most important is that my mother's family is not with her, and she could not speak Chinese. So that is our village, the area that we lived. So people are always like that, and even until now. Yeah, even until now.
Okay, so how do you feel when you find out that you're half Hmong and half Chinese?
Well,
When that feeling.
that feeling, in the beginning, when I was a child, I didn't have much recognition of being a Hmong. But since my elementary school, when I went to our hometown, right, Guizhou province, the original place of the Hmong across the world. So I came to realize my difference among other Chinese people. So I found that I have the descent of Hmong. So I felt very, very excited, and I even could not express everything of my emotion, and but exciting was my first feeling. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Um, what what do you think that it's important that how you're here because you want I know that now that you're Hmong and you want to reach out to the Hmong community.
That's correct.
Because you are part Hmong, and then in the Hmong community we have so much love for our Hmong. It doesn't matter. We always consider everybody our kids, our brothers, our fathers,
Yes.
our grandparents, because we have so much love because, our history has been, we have no country because, any country that we go into, doesn't matter what country, even still the Hmong people in China, we always, have been that every country that we go to, they always look down on us just because, we don't have a country. And, because now that you're here in the U.S., my thing is that you wanted to reach out to the Hmong and have, to get to learn more about, the Hmong, and, to have some friends and, to meet more Hmong people. And that's what we're doing the show today. So what would you like to share about you, or what would you like to say to the Hmong community?
Well, firstly, I'll share that I have been having that kind of recognition of being a Hmong, right? That is the first. That is first important thing, and the second important thing is that I do identify myself as Hmong, but sometimes I still feel ethnically known or lonely because I don't have any Hmong friends here. And so being a Hmong, I think I should have Hmong friends here. Sometimes I I try to search some Hmong communities to communicate on the internet and search our Hmong culture, history, and all other aspects. And you know, sometimes it's not easy because of the cultural thing, right? Because I don't speak Hmong, right? But in the future, yeah, I'll try to learn. Yeah, and yeah, I think the language is the first barrier for me.
Okay.
Yeah, to get in touch with the Hmong community. But all in all, I think I have totally identified myself as Hmong, and I don't feel really lonely alone or alone anymore because we have our own special culture, our history, and everything we have. And I think I will try my best to generalize or practice or something like that to live as a Hmong because as of now or in the future, no matter whoever asks me, what people are you? I will say I'm a Hmong. And if someone doesn't know what Hmong is or what Hmong people are, I will explain our culture, what kind of ethnic group we are, and our history and everything. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, yeah. Let me translate that a little bit because you said a lot of good things on there. Cú là một thay với mẹ này, giờ luôn là hai đôi bé thì giờ vì thế là hai đôi giờ luôn chỉ chẳng chắn đôi bé sự đời thế. Nếu xã tuần đầu phong yêu trong tờ còn nếu mua ý cho phong yêu mong thế. Nếu yên cờ cho mong nếu một từ cho mong thầu nếu bao tàu hay tiền nếu giờ để nó in ra mong vì hệ tiền nhớ cho số tế này chị giờ có để nó do mong này chị giờ luôn yên chỉ cho nhẹ nhiều tại mà nếu bao tàu hay tiền để nó nếu nhẹ do mong thiệt chị thầu nếu nhẹ chút chút là yêu nếu gì nó mà nếu nhẹ chỉ bao lưu số tại mà tất cả là chị là mà là cỡ lưu số chị yên cho số nhớ xứ tại mà nếu bao tàu tất cả này thì nếu do mong thiệt này chị nếu tôi cho sao thì khi mình cả nó nếu sáng tàu cái tôi phong yên cho cho mong thiệt nếu rồi hay tiền nếu chỉ bao hay lưu mong xứ nếu mà đây là một cỡ là mong thiệt là một hay cái tàu lưu mong thiệt thì mà nếu xã nếu nó qua cái tàu phong yêu trong này bây giờ mong thêm nếu yên cỡ tàu nếu nó trở cá hay thì cả nếu bao nếu nó cho cái cử mong thiệt cỡ tàu tên tới thiệt cỡ tàu tàu phong yêu thiệt ấy xã hay thì giờ nếu muốn cho họ từ nào rồi thì giờ nuôi thì có vấn đề á chị là nếu là một hai trong sự đời hay thì nếu giờ mong giờ sự đời chỉ bao giờ mong là mà nếu trở kia thì giờ mong vấn đề á chị là trong sự đời thiệt là chị nếu lúc họ phía thì bây giờ nếu tôi trong lúc đó là mà nếu xã tàu là một cái còn nếu qua tàu phong yêu rồi bây giờ mong thiệt giờ cho từ họ xã bao thì lúc này lịch trả nhớ rồi số tế tên tới thiệt là lọ có nếu nó nếu thiệt là họ kia tàu thì mong nhớ lịch trả nhớ rồi số tế thì mà họ chẳng chén này chỉ nếu xã tua còn nếu tàu phong yêu ở mong thì nếu chỉ bao lúc mong nếu bao lúc mấy cá sư này chị này giờ ít cho xã khi nếu mong là nếu yên khí khăn tới thiệt là nè cái của họ chạy mình chỉ đâu khăn tới yeah I just wanted to make sure that I translated it because it's really the things that you said is really really good. I mean, really, passionate to me. Has a lot of meaning to me. So I just wanted to make sure that I translate it. Now, since you are here in the U.S., where are your location? Let me ask you that because a lot of our Hmong people are more here in Fresno.
Right.
Do you plan that you're gonna eventually move to Fresno, or where are you living right now?
Yeah. Now I live in Bay Area of
Okay.
North California. Sometimes I also go to Los Angeles County.
Okay.
Yeah, for something else. And I really that's a good question from you because
Okay.
I sincerely speaking I do plan to move to more areas like even Minnesota State or Fresno. I really have that kind of plan in the future.
Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, we did have our independent country, 3,000 years ago, which was called Yelang. That was our own country. Created by Hmong. Yeah. That was kingdom, and which existed, I think, around 1,000 years or 1,000 years. Yeah. Since after I think it existed 1,000 years, and but finally, it was collapsed by the central government of the ancient China.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to tell every Hmong people that we did have our own independent country in China.
Okay.
3,000 years ago.
Yeah, I like to translate that.
Yeah.
可能係啲女沙啲女沙落，或者那啲入夢先啦嘛，為係啲被爬上落樓นะ，nhớ到說地球呢，地球你入夢路地球書呢，連你就路你係咯。啲女嘢係啲被摸地球多頭，但是嘛說了冇，或者那多夢就說了冇假了先。啲女睇你包定到天，女睇你包了冇係執可係啲女係啲女入夢呢，為係啲夢嘢入路啊，地球水入夢路地球，誒女呢那沙了冇，一啲女狗定到落，啲女沙了冇摸，可能冇係做，說到是啲夢嘢摸地球呢呢。Okay, so that's very good. So now, how did you learn English so well?
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. When I was a kid, or when I was a child, I have been interested in history or other aspects, and I found that learning English is a good way to open your mind, to know the world well, and as well as the history and other aspects. Yeah, so I started to learn English. With hard working since my high school, and in my college, my major was business English.
Oh, okay. So did you go to college in China or?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
In China.
Okay,
Yeah.
very good because your English is very good.
Thank you.
I want to say that.
Thank you.
Okay, so now that you are here, and you said that you're more in the Bay Area to LA because you have family members that are here also.
Right.
So are you going to school now, or right now you're just kind of here? You're just kind of starting out.
I'm here starting out. So
Okay.
I graduated in 2017.
Okay.
So as for now, I don't have plan to further my education because coming here, the first thing I think every immigrant of Hmong of the first set, we know that right, we have to live first, right? We have to
Yeah.
live our life first. So that's why I'm working first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll work first.
Oh, okay. And you're single?
On,
Or are you
on,
married? We have to ask
I have
that.
a fiancé.
You have a fiancé?
Yes, I have a fiancé. Correct.
Okay, good. Is she Chinese or she's Hmong?
She's a Filipina.
Filipino?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, that's very good.
But it doesn't matter because for our next generations,
Uh-huh.
I do plan to send my next generations to Hmong school, especially elementary schools, because I want to make sure that my next generations will have a strong identification of being a Hmong, of being Hmong. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing because even I don't speak Hmong, but I do want my next generation to practice to inherit our cultural awareness and to inherit our invisible wealth. That's our invisible wealth.
Okay, very good. Because that way you need to learn the Hmong culture. So that way you can teach your kids the Hmong culture.
That's correct.
Because they're going to say, what nationality are you? You cannot say, oh, you're Filipino.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. I want them to say that I'm Hmong. Yeah, all the time.
Okay, good. So let me translate just a little bit. Nữ mua ý tu hồng câu thiên là nè, tu hồng câu nữ giao cho nên Filipino từ xưa mà nữ yên cho hay tiền nữ là một cỡ với chấm mông cọ, nữ bao kia với chấm mông cá li cái chạy thì nữ trong nữ chấm nhiều tận thế sư chấm nhiều một cần tớ nữa là nữ cọ sám một cần tớ mông cho chơi cần tớ cọ lời họ bao lục mông tên tớ thiên là họ chẳng chén chấp lời gia đình tớ vì tiền nữ trở thiệt với chấm mông thiên nữ yên cỡ hoàn tớ nhớ số tê nữ tư và cần tớ tiệt rồi số tê và nữ bao lục mấy cái kinh vì tên nữ cần tớ nữ họ cỡ do trâu sa và nó cỡ đủ mấy cái nè nữ bao hay tiền đủ mấy cái nè mà có sĩ tàu thông cán tu ít họ chẳng chén được gì nữ thì lý giải là mấy cái cho trong cái liên đạo của sĩ thả số nó đâu sẽ được thiệt. Okay, I translate a little bit of what you're saying, and so that way we have some audience at the house if they're not as good with English, they can kind of understand and they can kind of feel that you are looking to be in a Hmong community. Okay, and so I'm so happy to know that. Anything else you'd like to share personally, just in case I forget, because we're still learning so much about you.
Right.
Okay, anything you want to share to our audience at the house?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the thing I want to share is cultural awareness. Yeah, that's a key thing. Why? Because I think being a Hmong or for our whole ethnic group, it's not easy. Thousands of years or hundreds of years, we have been struggling for everything to step on our land or to make ourselves succeed. But but most importantly, I really hope that every Hmong will have that kind of awareness, and we will identify ourselves as Hmong. Yeah, the first thing, and I think we should learn from Jewish people like that, and that is the only thing, because for myself, before I deemed myself as Chinese, but after came to realize and came to learn about the history, yeah, I found that we Hmong people, we have had a very profound history, and our culture is very special, even different from the whole world and other ethnic groups. So I think firstly we should have our cultural awareness first. That is the key. That is the key to succeeding. To succeed.
Yes, even our Hmong people has been genocide for thousands and thousands of years. It doesn't matter what country we move to. I'm so proud that the elders, they still are keeping the culture.
Yes. Yes.
Our traditional culture.
Yes.
To connect everybody internationally.
Yes. That's why I really feel proud, or even proud inner inside my heart. It's even what my mother has experienced, but before we even feel that sad, or even we feel that we didn't do anything wrong, but we were just treated like in that way, and under that kind of environment. But since I have known, because we were different, and we have something more than others, than other groups. That's why we just we just attracted something bad from others, because we have really different from others, and that is our own culture and our own awareness, and that is something that is what I have been calling invisible wealth. So for invisible wealth, which connects us all together.
Yes. I remember growing up, because we came here to the U.S.
Right.
And my father, he was educated too. So he always says that all of our Hmong people, we are so scattered all around the world right now.
Correct.
And then he says, doesn't matter what country, we need to keep our culture.
Yes.
We need to keep, all of you, just remember who you are.
Right.
Because education is the best in the world. And so my father says, even like right now, we don't really have like a country.
Yeah.
But we're going to have children in their country.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So whatever country we're in, we're going to have children that's going to be born in their country.
Correct.
So if we are, he always says, we are the smartest, humans on earth. He always say that. Because he says it doesn't matter where our Hmong people are planted, we still keep our culture, we still keep our language, okay, and we learn their culture, we learn their language, right? So he says, so majority, a lot of our Hmong, we know a lot of language, okay. So if you think about it, we're like the smartest people on the planet. So even if we don't have a country, you make sure you are educated. You make sure your children's educated. Whatever country that we're going to go live in, you make sure that your children become the people who is going to go into office to run for, the governor, to run for the, president, to do that. If we start doing that all over the world.
One more important thing is that I found the difference is that I'm very proud that we even our population here in USA, I think it's around 300,000. Yeah, of course it's not enough, right?
Yeah,
to
we
be
need
prosperous.
to be 1 million, right?
Yeah, to be prosperous. But which I'm also proud of, is that uh, from the population of 300,000, we do have so many congressmen or so many excellent person like lawyers, businessmen, successful businessmen, or politicians, all that aspects in this society of USA. But when I was a child, Hmong people were described by the people around me, were described as savages. You know why? Because they thought that the Hmong people living on the mountains, so Hmong people were savage. They were not civilized, but that's totally wrong. If someone else tells me the same thing, I will tell them to check Hmong people in USA. That's how we prosper, and that's how the way we succeed here. That's what I'm really proud of.
Yes, but you're very educated.
Thank you.
Okay, and then I know that there's a lot of Chinese, in the still in China. They probably just can't say that I'm Hmong, I'm very success, right? Because then the communists will put you down, right?
Correct.
So I'm sure we have a lot of Hmong, kids that's in China too, that they're very, educated, but they can't go out there and say I'm Hmong, right?
Yes.
So then now the Chinese will look down on us, thinking that the Hmong people are salvage people who live in the mountain and they don't even know how to read or write too. So same thing like in Laos, same thing like in Vietnam, same thing in other country,
Correct.
same thing in Thailand. They would say that we're salvage people who live up at the mountain and we're uneducated. Okay,
Yes.
so even in Laos, we have Hmong people who's educated. We have doctors who's Hmong, right? We
Right.
have politicians and all that. But
Correct.
they kind of put you on you're Hmong, you're salvage people who live in the mountain.
Yeah, that is the stereotype, indoctrinized by the government. Yeah, that's that thing. Because but check here, as you said, really we're our group is one of the smartest groups in the world. That's correct. Yeah, because we are intrinsically tenacious, brave, and smart. Yeah, we always try to find a way to live or to survive in all kinds of situations or all kinds of environments.
Yes. So that's why I said you speak English very well. So
thank
I'm
you.
very proud of you on that.
Thank you.
And for our Hmong people, it doesn't matter where we're at in any country. Like my dad says, you need to take advantage of it. You need to get yourself educated, but still keep your Hmong culture. And then you need to make sure that, people know that you're Hmong, it doesn't matter what country you're at, so that you can still be proud that, you're Hmong. And, to make sure that we have all of our Hmong planted, all over the world. That is just the greatest thing, so that, if they go into politicians, hey, even if you don't have a country, you can still be the president of the United States and you're Hmong.
Correct. Yes.
Right?
Why not?
Why not?
Yes.
Right?
Especially under let's say USA is a free country, right?
Yes.
So all immigrants are welcome. So we just practice ourselves as Hmong. I think there's nothing wrong with, but and which can make us more succeed under this kind of more and more complicated society.
Yes. No. So if you think about it, right, you can have a Hmong person who's the president of the United States. You can have a Hmong person who is, the president of France, right? We
Correct.
have people who's in South America, all the way to Canada. We have Hmong people there, right? We have Hmong people in Vietnam. We have Hmong people in Thailand. You name it. We have Hmong people, everywhere. So you just have to make sure you get yourself educated. Same thing, like you got yourself educated. You're in China, but you speak English. So again, the most important, I believe, just like what you believe, it doesn't matter what country you're in. If you're Hmong, make sure you learn English, because English is an international language. So that way you can go anywhere and you can still learn. You still have that knowledge of the language of that country, and make sure you still keep your language Hmong.
Yes.
Okay, because that's really important.
And yes, you're right. The first thing is that to make yourself succeed in one country, no matter where you are. But I really hope that all Hmong in the world will keep that awareness that I'm a Hmong.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, you are declaring your Hmong, and that's really, really important because you know that the Hmong people are above the Chinese people. They just took over the country.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say that to offend your dad because remember you still have Chinese.
I know, but for me, since I have that kind of ethnic identification, so totally, I really identify myself as Hmong because yeah, this applies to all ethnic groups in the world because no matter no matter what side your parents have, you can also claim yourself as that side, and I do believe that in my heart, I will just make sure that this kind of awareness will just succeed to next generations, and because if we inherit this awareness or our culture, and we will make something. Yeah, we'll make something good.
No, just like the New Year is gonna be coming. Hmong New Year's is at the end of the year, right? Every year.
Yes.
Okay, and they always have that, forever
Right.
as our culture.
Yes.
But I know that the Hmong people in China, they can't do Hmong New Year's until the Chinese New Year
Yes.
because it's a communist country, so you
Yes.
gotta follow their rules, right?
Yes. The Chinese culture now not really Chinese culture. I think even Hmong across the world is originated in China. Remember Guizhou province of China is our place of origin, and which was also the place that our independent kingdom was. Remember, we had our kingdom, we had our independent country in Guizhou province of China, and but the things that we don't have our own country. So as you said in China, for take the New Year as an example, yeah, the Chinese government just said the Chinese New Year predominantly as the New Year.
Yeah. Well, because I know that we have some Hmong people in the U.S.
Yes.
Okay, that they want to go back, to the 1,000 years, to the Hmong history.
Yes.
Okay. And they travel to China, to go all around China, even to live there, live here for years, to learn and write down the history and everything.
Yeah.
And then they would tell us, you don't go over there to say that, you're going to do a history because, it's a communist country, right?
Correct.
And so when you go and you meet the elderly Hmong, you go visit, you go stay with people in the village, everything is like pretty much under the table. They tell you the history, right?
You're right.
And some of the book and maybe the old Hmong, book or history long time ago, they have to hide all that.
That's correct. Because that kind of I think it's also a sad thing that most of Hmong around the world is still living under the regime of the Communist Party, and but for all countries of Communist Party, they still make their ideology predominantly. So especially for Hmong people, because we have so many things different from them. Of course, they don't want us to practice our own culture and our own cultural things. So if we do, yeah, in some way we can do, but on the other hand, we are forced to practice what they want.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yes, so I've heard of that. I'm like, wow. So they say yes, because you cannot go and do that because it's still communist. They can do anything to you, right? So
Correct.
A lot of time the older Hmong people that's there or the people there, when they talk about the history, to really know the history, it's just passed on.
Yes, that's correct.
Because they cannot write it down, they cannot have anything, or they cannot do any of that because it's somebody can just come and take you because it's a communist country.
That's correct.
Okay. So did you face any of that? Because remember your dad is Chinese, so
Yes.
you probably does not have to deal with that when you were there.
For the aspect of ethnicity, right? When I was when I was in my, I think except the primary school, especially when I was in my junior middle school, I really in one time, I think I really told others that hey, I'm a Hmong. I told others, other classmates, other schoolmates, but I was I was laughed at, and because as I said before, they just described us as savage people. Yeah, I feel not only the governmental ideology, but also the cultural ideology, because that kind of ideology has been publicized and even forcefully indoctrinated by the government to make it different from us to the majority of people there. So that's the way for the government to publicize their ideology, yeah, to separate, to culture separate the minority.
So when you're in school over there, everything is just all the Chinese culture. Everything is just taught, everything.
That's correct.
That side only.
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you go against the government, then they just pick you up.
That's correct.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's law breaking. Of course,
Everybody knows that.
everybody knows that.
So no freedom of speech.
No, totally no.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why you wanted to, come here in the U.S. just so that way, we can teach everybody, that everybody is suppressed
Yes.
in China.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially, but even in China, it's Hmong people are not really under suppression, but most Hmong people, most of us, is still under the suppression, or let's see, suppression, or it's like that kind of suppression is cultural aspect. Yeah,
Okay.
cultural aspect, I think, because now I also noticed that more and more people in China now they deem themselves as Chinese, but that's very complicated to say, because yeah, their nationality is China, right? But they don't feel what we feel here. So that is sad thing. Even China has the biggest population of Hmong, but under that kind of powerful ideology, so we are also losing our awareness, even in China, even with 10 million of population of Hmong there.
I'm sure that there is some Hmong, kids that because like you said, if you go to school, you say you're Hmong.
Yeah,
They look down on you and they say you're salvage, people, right?
that's correct.
So I'm sure that some of the Hmong kids who goes to school, they don't want to say they're Hmong,
That's correct. Yeah.
because of that fear.
Yes, even according to the law, even racial discrimination is forbidden, but they still publicize that kind of ideology. Yes, that's to generalize their ideology.
Yeah.
They don't want other people to make themselves different.
Yes. So, but we're so happy though that you're here. Okay.
Thank you.
And then we're going to, find you some, Hmong friends out there. There's a lot of Hmong people out there that, we have a lot of the younger generations, with different groups, whole different. I know that if you're in LA and then you're in the Bay Area, we don't have a lot of the Hmong, younger generations that's there, that they have the different organizations that you can go and join them and do things for the community. But if you're welcome, you come to Fresno, we have a lot of the Hmong organizations in here. We have a lot of the younger generations, that they do a lot of things, for events, for the Hmong and all that. Then
Yes.
that'd be something that you can get involved with them, so that way you can learn more about the Hmong culture and then get some friends and then do all that.
That's correct. But the first step is that I plan to participate in the events or New Year. I think that will be the beginning.
Yes. No. We have a lot of it's starting in November already.
November.
Hmong New Year's will start all the way from Sacramento all the way down to here for the December.
Okay.
Okay, and we will keep in touch with you on that.
All right.
You are welcome. To come to Fresno, to come to, our home, to join us and all that too. Okay, because if we're just the first contact that you contact here in Fresno, you are always welcome. Okay?
Thank you.
Our door is always open, for you.
Thank you.
On that, and we'll get you some friends, in the Hmong community. And so with that, do you want to say, a few things to the Hmong community out there, and then I can translate it for you?
Okay. As we, as I have been covered, I do really hope that all Hmong, all our audiences here, will have that kind of awareness that no matter where we are, no matter what kind of situation we are under, so please do bear in mind that firstly we're Hmong, and second, just make yourselves progressive, yeah, and then to adapt yourselves to any kind of environment. And as we are born, we are intrinsically tenacious, brave, and smart. And but just all in all, to have the Hmong awareness. Yes, that is the key. You see Jewish people, no matter how many thousand years, or no matter where they have been, no matter what languages they speak, yeah, they always identify themselves as Jewish. No matter even some people's color have been changed, right?
Yes,
but they still
yes,
identify
yes.
themselves as Jewish. And as you can see, Jewish people is also a very successful ethnic group. So I think we can learn from them. And but just one word to keep in mind: I'm Hmong. Yeah, we are Hmong, and we are members of Hmong clans, and we're a big family of Hmong.
Okay. Cú chạy tàu tan này cho luôn đó, thì cú chạy thì còn do trong sự tiệc có một số từ là bé cho mỗi chọn chơi chấp lại thì còn do trong thì bé chủ đó xí là luôn thì ai em mong này là cú do mong là còn do trong thì có bé bao tàu thì có còn đến cho bé mùa tan cho vì bé giờ ít cho nay còn chơi chấp lại đi chạy bé nhớ được họ từ tan cho này chỉ còn nói giờ ít khó còn do trong thì có bé do trong cho bé sai thì bé do trong bé giờ cánh cử thiên do trong thì bé xí là luôn thì mong nó ý à lý do nay còn Jewish là thứ pháp phá trong lợi trong một cái xí lưu là những bao tàu tiền lợi cho nên Jew này để bé cho mong này bé chủ động do trong hay thì bé chủ động xí lao lù thì cú do mong nè một số hợp tư là chủ do trong liên đó nè vậy nữ yên hay tiền nữ do mong xin nó nữ chỉ hay tiền nữ do sủa đó nè vậy nữ lò mù hay tiền còn nên tàu tàu phong yêu thiên nữ tua tới cho sủa tôi nhớ rồi sao tới cho mình cả tại xin nó chỉ tàu bao với cho mong nữ chuột cỡ cho tiền nữ do nên mong xứ nè nữ do nên mong vậy nữ xả cỡ tàu tàu phong yêu rồi bé cỡ để nó bé cho mong họ chơi nữ thia cỡ họ hù nữ thia để nữ hay tiềnเขาน้ำมูตอนเตยอย่างนี้ให้เด็กนี่ยังมองสิเนาะเจเป้เราหมูจ้อเนี่ยเราจะไปขอว่าลูกเชี่ยเหยันจีน้ำมองน่ะวีเดียตัวหัวน่ะซื้อว่าเนี่ยเราก่อนนี้ย้อนเจ้าน่ะเป้เกิดตอนหนึ่งให้เดียเป้เฉลยยังมองแต่เถอะเป้จีนยากาให้เดียเป้ยังมองเลยซื้อไอ้หนูที่ยังได้มองชัวไอ้หนูเจอดอกาเราหมูเต้ากาให้เดียนี่ยังมองน่ะเนี่ยเราหมูเกาะเนี่ยเราหมูเกิดเป้ยังมองเก่งกือติ้งเกาะเราเป้ยังมอง culture ไอ้เดียเกาะหนูให้หมูจ้าตื้นหนูจะให้เดียนี่ยังมองน่ะนะอย่างนี้ย้อนเจ้าอ่ะอย่างนี้จีทาเราหมูให้เดียนี่ยังมองหนูเดียนี่ยังชัวน่ะซื้ออย่างนี้chỉ là cá là một trời cá rồi bé nhỏ hoàn bông nè,แต่ชิมมันย้อนcháu nữa chỉ là xóa, nữa chỉ là xóa nữa là nhẹย้อนbông, nữa tức là một tiền nữa sựย้อนbông vì tiền bông lúc đấy chờ thì tiền giờ đấy chờ xóa nhưngย้อนbông lúc đấy chờ, sau đó sai chỉ tao bông xứ này nữaย้อนmột sợi chè nữaย้อนbông này nè, vậy tại sao nó nhớ rồi sai tới cho mình cả lợp, họ xứ xứ nữa mù này chè nữa thì chỉ béย้อนbông rồi béย้อนbông New Year nè, vậy con nói cảm nênย้อนcháu hay tiền nên chỉ nữa có tư là do, này nóวันnày họ tí tâu nữa tên tới thiệt. Now, because you wanted to meet a lot of our Hmong, people, do you feel comfortable that you want to leave your email or your phone number in case somebody see this program and they might reach you, or they have to reach the Hmong USA TV and then we can give it to them? It's up to you.
Yes, I really feel comfortable. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Okay,
Yep.
Sure. Okay. So, cô hay tiệt còn nữ muốn nữ sắp tông cho nên thiên chỉ ta linh đó nó còn nữ muốn nữ tụ email cho nên số nó là tàu thiên ya linh đó nó nên tí tàu là bé phong say TV là tàu thiên nào. Yeah. If you want to, you can give that out, and everybody want to reach out to you and be, friend with you. That would be great.
So I will just say it directly, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, my phone number is 341-666-1193. And my email address is ziyun007 @hotmail.com.
Okay, so trong xe nè, còn nữa nữa, thì hiện nay xã tí tàu nữa là những người muốn được tụt xã tàu thế nên tụi email trong đây không gì hết, thầu cũng từ nữa lúc bé cũng sai được cũng hay cái tiền giờ cũng chưa có lúc béซื้อ show คนliên tới chơi, nhưng hay tiền cũng hay trong này tiền nữa lúc bé này nó hồi để Ziyun nó giờ cũng chưa có tiền, ủa nữa lúc bé là sử dụng trả lo, vì hay tiền là show yêu cháu cho xứ này cũng thế tiền giờ này cũng chỉ tao tỷ lúc bé mua được có vó này cũng thế mua hay liên tới xứ tiền, nếu giờ ít thôi này nó sợ chế giờ ít thôi tụi mua ở xã tôi cỡ tôi biết chấm món thiệt đã khá là một trời biết chấm món này nè vậy nên cho cháu vậy nên tí tàu người thiệt còn không tàu tôi phun cho người thiệt ấy trong xe cho nên lưu ở xe hơi chẳng chắn là một cổng đó biết họ xe hơi anh chỉ năm món nè ấy cú dân chỉ là đi trả đúng nó đã biết tôi tú món ở nhỏ đồ sát sủa tê này tôi nhớ đồ sát tê cho mình cả nó lợ nếu lúc bé trong gì là xin dùng rèn nó là rèn nó mà giờ trả nó cho này nó lượng món đó nó trả là tàu chen là tàu này hay nè ok chị trong xe cho nên lúc xe chẳng chắn là một cổng đó của lúc xe hơi chỉ năm món thiệt nó cái như sau đó nên sẽ đợi bên mà đã xin chỉ được